Contrary to what you might believe, social media is not the best marketing channel for small businesses and even beginner websites. The most underrated channel that most people ignore is actually email. An average of $42 per dollar spent of ROI, email is something that is very underutilized. Let me fix that for you. If you have a website and you're not collecting emails, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Let me show you how easy it is to set up an email collection form on your website. I'll show you step by step which provider to use and even how to set up the form on your website. Let's go. So first things first, if you want to start sending out emails, you need an email service provider. Now, we at Double Beginner have been using email marketing for 13 years, so we know a thing about which of the email providers are actually good. I actually did a video on this very channel on comparing the most top email service providers. So you can go watch that video where I compare the pros and cons, the pricing, all in a lot more detail. But if you want to take our suggestion directly, you can also go to the blog post that I'll link in the description, which I'll also share a screenshot of, which recommends Constant Contact as the first choice if you're getting started with email marketing. So this is Constant Contact's websites. I already have signed up for an account, but you can go here and you can start your free trial. The pricing is very affordable and you can start using all the wonderful features of Constant Contact and start collecting emails today. So just go to Constant Contact's website. I'll leave a link down in the description and the pinned comment, and you'll see something like this. You can start your trial here by clicking this button. I already have done that. You can see here inside my account, you can see all the things. So right now I have no contacts and everything is brand new. So this is all you need to do from Constant Contact's end, and you can start using Constant Contact as the email service provider of your choice. Next thing what we'll do is use our WordPress website to create a contact form or email capture form, which you can utilize to send the emails to Constant Contact and then start sending emails from Constant Contact. Let's head to our WordPress website now. So this is the WordPress website we'll be working with, and you can see this is an accurate representation of how a regular website would look like. So it has some content already done, it has some plugins being installed. So this is the kind of website you can think about, hey, this is my website, and you will start creating, or we'll create a email capture form here. Now, of course, to create or capture emails, you need an email capture form. And WP or WordPress has some forms built in or form functionality built in, but it's not great. It doesn't give you a lot of flexibility or features to customize it and doesn't give you a lot of features. So I'd recommend that you use a plugin to create the form or the email capture form. And to create forms on WordPress, the easiest choice and the most, I'd say, obvious choice, the best forms plugin for WordPress is WPForms. So you can see here, WPForms, the website. I'll leave a link in the description, and you don't have to pay for it. It has a wonderful free version that we can use to get started. So what I'll do is I'll install the WPForms plugin on this website using the plugins menu. So I'll head to the plugins menu by going to plugins here. I'll click add plugin, and this will open up the WordPress repository. So WordPress repository is a collection of free plugins that you can use on your website and start doing or adding any functionality. So I'll click here and type in WPForms. And in a couple seconds, WPForms should pop up as the first result. You can see here, this is WPForms, easy form builder for WordPress. Look at the active installs, 6 million plus and 14,141 5-star ratings. It's a wonderful and fantastic plugin. Let's install the plugin. All right, so the plugin is now activated. So what we have to do is first connect WPForms with Constant Contact so that all the emails that you capture by creating WPForms forms can be sent to Constant Contact. So for that, we'll need to locate the WPForms menu first here on the screen. And then once we discover that, here, right here, it's called WPForms, we'll go into the settings first. So let's hit the settings button here. And this brings us to the first menu. So of course, you have a lot of settings here. And if you have the free version, you do not need to worry about the license key. But if you decide to upgrade to the pro version of WPForms, this is where you'll purchase or add your license key, and your license will be activated. So this is where it happens. But for this or the specific thing that we are trying to achieve, we need to go into the integrations menu. So I'll go to the integrations menu here and click on it. And this is where all the integrations that WPForms supports are listed. You can see Constant Contact is here. We have Active Campaign, Aweber, Brevo, Campaign Monitor, Drip, and lots of different integrations. So basically, any of the service providers you use, you can start using WPForms. And it even connects with Zapier. So you can connect it to Zapier, and then Zapier connects with hundreds of different apps. So you can have a lot of different automations built for yourself if that's something you want. So WPForms supports all that. Now, obviously, some of these things will be restricted to the premium version of WPForms. But as you can see, Constant Contact is available in the free version. So you don't have to pay for any integration. We can just start using it. So to integrate Constant Contact, all I have to do is open this up, and it says here, add new account. So basically, we can just log into a Constant Contact account using this button here, and all the integration will happen automatically for us, which is great, right? We don't have to worry about APIs, keys, or webhooks or anything. It just works. So I'll click the add new button, and this will open up a pop-up here. So in the pop-up, you'll see you'll have the option of adding your username and password for constant contact. So I have my credentials already. So I'll move this off the screen, or I'll just blur the things out on the screen. So I'll just type in the email I used to sign up for the free account and add my password as well. I'll just click keep me signed in as well because I don't want the connection to disappear. So let's click sign in. So as you can see, the integration or the credentials were correct. So now you see constant contact is telling us that WPForms would like to read your account and contact your data. Of course, these are permissions required to send data to constant contact. So we have to allow access. And now you can see the connection is done. So that's how easy it is to connect to constant contact. You don't have to worry about API keys or webhooks or whatever. Just sign in with your credentials and it all works. Of course, I'm blurring out my email on the screen here. Doesn't mean that you will have similar blurring. You'll see your email, whatever you used to sign up to constant contact here. So once this is done, now WPForms can send data to constant contact when it captures data. For that, we need to start capturing data as well. So what you need to do is create an email capture form. Now, this can be anything. It can be, hey, sign up for my newsletter. Or this can be, hey, I'll give you a free email course, or I'll send you a free PDF. So regardless or whatever choice you want to do, the email capture process remains the same. The form creation or the form creation process will differ based on what you're trying to achieve. So I'll show you the basic form creation process, but it's very simple. I'll also show you how easy it is to customize the form based on what you like. So let's go there. So once WPForms is installed, you'll see the menu on the left, which I am already inside. From the menu, now we'll go into add a new form, which will create the form trigger process. So I'll go here, add new form. You can see it here. I'll click on it. And this will start the form building process. It's a very intuitive and straightforward process. If you've never created a form, then too, you can easily create a form with WPForms. So you can see here, this is the section where we'll do everything. So first thing is I'll name the form. And just for simplicity's sake, I'll just name this form contact form. All right. So I'll just say contact form, and you can say anything. Say, hey, free email course, something like that. This name is just for your remembering. It will not be showing up on the front end unless you want to. I'll show you how. So now we have over 2,000 pre-built forms right inside WPForms. You can see a crazy number of templates. So if you scroll, you'll see so many different forms already created for you. So you don't have to worry about creating the form. You can even create a form with AI. Insane, right? AI is everywhere now. So to keep things simple, you have a few different forms you can choose to start with. So you have the blank form, a simple contact form, a newsletter sign-up form, an automobile information form, and party invitation RSVP form. So what I can do is I'll choose the automobile, or I'll say the party invitation RSVP form, just to show you that you can create a complex form if you like, or you can keep a form simple as you like. So I'll choose this form here, use template, and this will open up the template in the form editor here. And the form editor is also very intuitive. It's very straightforward, and I'll show you how it works. So this is the contact form. So you see name, email, will you be attending, how many guests you're bringing, questions. Pretty simple form. And if you want to customize this, you'll see some fields here. So in the field section, you see standard fields. So you can add the fields, or simply add and drag and drop the fields here on the form if you want to add them to the form. For example, if I want to add a number of guests kind of thing, instead of this drop down, if I want to add a slider, so I'll just drag it like this. And in a second, I should have a numbers menu where people can actually type in rather than using it in a drop down. And if I want to delete this, I can always go here and delete this, and this should be deleted. And if I want to have a slider, I can just drag a slider like this. And now the slider can work for the end user. So this is how easy it is to things or add things on the form and delete things on the form. And if you upgrade to WPForms, you'll have a lot more functionality. By the way, if you want to customize any of these fields, click here. You'll be able to customize the label, the format, description, which are the required fields, and other things about this. And in the Pro version, you can have advanced features, smart logic, conditional logic, triggers, events, what happens when people fill a form. WPForms is immensely customizable. I'll leave some links down in the description to a complete course on WPForms, which is completely free for you to consume. So if you're serious about forms and capturing emails on a site, you should study or just take that course up. It's pretty awesome. So one thing you'll need to do is connect Constant Contact once again from inside the Forms Builder and WPForms. Otherwise, the connection might not work. Let me show you how easy it is once again. So we'll go into the marketing options here, and inside the marketing options, you'll see Constant Contact. So what I'll do is just add a connection once here, and we'll name it, let's say, Yuvraj's connection. Let's click OK. And now we can select an account that I just created in the main integrations menu. And we already have it. So let's click on it. And action to perform is subscribe, unsubscribe, or delete subscriber. So you can have different forms to unsubscribe as well directly on your website. Since the action that in this form or on this form is what I want is to subscribe to the email list, I'll click subscribe. And I can say, or I have to map the data which comes from this form to the constant contacts email list. So I'll go here, I'll click email and select email list, my contacts, and other custom fields is something we can also map. The idea here is that if you collect a lot more data from your customers, hey, are they attending the party? Have they RSVP'd? So that all that information can be sent over to constant contact directly. And you can also include them in a specific list or a specific segment so that you can send out specific emails to them. So this functionality is pretty awesome. And I'm just setting it up as a basic level, but you can see a lot of different things. You can do custom fields and custom things, and you can even have multiple connections if you're using multiple accounts. All of that is possible with Constant Contact and WPForms integration. So it's very easy to set up. So once you've done this, make sure to save your form. And I'll also do that right now. I'll save my form here. And once it's done, we'll head back to the fields section where we can spend time to customize the form to however we like. So let's head back to the fields here. And now we're back in the fields. Once you're happy with whatever form you've created, again, you can delete things, you can add things. And one thing to keep in mind is that the more form fields you add, the more resistance it adds as well. So if you want more and more people to fill the form, try to keep the form fields to a minimum. So name, email, and maybe a couple more information. But for this example, I'll just stick with the current form, which is on the screen. So let's say this is the form and it's a party invite form, right? So we can also rename it to party invite form. So if I click here in the contact form, I can change the name to party invite. So I'll change that. And this can be an online party too. So you can capture emails and invite people to an online event. So that works as well. So I'll also click save in the meantime. So the form is saved. Heading back to the fields here. Now you can see the name is party invite. We have the name, email, will you be attending, how many guests, any comments or questions. So it's a pretty standard form that you would have on your site to capture emails to invite people to an online event or party, right? So once everything is done, once you're happy with the fields that you've customized, you've changed the labels, you've added fields, removed fields, and by the way, you have more fields here. So if you go to the fancy fields, you'll see more fields, and the payment fields, you'll have payment fields as well. So you can capture payments directly with WPForms without having to set up a shopping cart as well. All that possible in WPForms directly. Pretty awesome. So once you're happy that, hey, this is a form that I've created, first of all, you should save it. So look at the save button here. And once it's saved, now you have many ways to embed the form in any page or post you like. So I'm going to show you the simplest way, which is the easiest way. And I'll also tell you how to embed it and where you can embed it so that you can maximize the chances of people giving you their email and maximize the amount of traffic you're getting and maximize or convert the maximum amount of traffic into potential email subscribers. All right. So once it's done, you can obviously see the embed button here. So if you click the embed button, this will open up an option here where you can either select a new or create a new page where you want to embed the form, or select an existing page where you can embed this form. Now, to keep things simple, I would use the other method that I prefer to add the form that I just created to a page or post on my site. So what I'll do is I'll delete this and I'll close this by going into the close option here, which will close the form editor right now, and we'll go back to the WordPress dashboard. And we'll see here, we are now inside WPForms all forms section. So now you see all the forms that have been created. So a couple of forms might be created by default as a demonstration by WPForms, and a couple of forms, if you test things out, you'll have more forms. How many forms you can have? Unlimited number of forms, doesn't matter. So how do we select which form should go on which website or which page of your site? Let me demonstrate that to you. So just remember the name of the form that you created. So in this case, it's party invite because I have a contact form, blank form, simple contact form. But the form that I am interested right now in posting to extract emails or collect emails is the party invite form, which will help me collect emails from my site. So what I'll do is, let's say, for example, I want to collect emails for a blog post or from a blog post that I created just specifically to promote this event or party. So of course, I'll share that post on social media. I want people to read about the party, read about everything that's happening, and then they should see the form, right? So straightforward process. So if I go into the post section on my website, I'll just pretend that we have a post on the site which talks about that particular party or event. I don't know if we have one, but let's say, for example, if we have 15 tips for startup success. So this is a great post if you are talking about, hey, how to build a startup and anything else. Then you can say, hey, we are hosting an online event for startup and entrepreneurs to discuss business opportunities. So that sounds like a great post to add that specific email capture form, right? So let's go there and let's edit the post. So because WPForms is very flexible and it gives you the opportunity and ease of use to embed your form anywhere on your site, you can embed it inside your content, inside your header, inside your footer, even the sidebar. So basically any widget enabled area or any block enabled area on your site, you can add WPForms or the form that we create for capturing emails. So it opens up the possibility to collect emails from every place on your site. So you can have it on your homepage if you like. So you can extract or collect emails from your homepage. You can have it in your footer. So when somebody visits your website, they can see the form, and you can embed it different kinds of email capture forms on different pages of the site. So for example, I'm talking about startup success here. On another page, I might be talking about a different thing. So I might just capture email differently with a different form on that page. So you can maximize the chances of capturing emails, and the more traffic you have and the more areas people visit, the more you have opportunities to capture emails on your website. So make that decision by yourself on where is the right place to place the email capture form, so we can just start collecting emails. So in this case, I'll look at this blog post, and it looks like a great blog post, right? So I can decide anywhere on the page I want to embed the form or add the form. So from a logical point of view, if I just look at this, just before this heading makes sense, or it looks like, hey, a great place to enter or add the form. So what I'll do is just click in the paragraph section. I'll press enter to create some space, and now we'll add a new block to this page or this section or this area of the blog post. How do we add a block? There are multiple ways. You can click this blue plus icon here, this black plus icon here, or my favorite way is just type the / key on the keyboard. So here it comes, and I can type in WPForms. Now WPForms block is visible. If I press enter, the WPForms block is embedded on the page. Now you don't see the form because we haven't still selected which of the 4 forms that we want to display on this page. So I'll just click here and select the party invite form. And in a second, you'll see the party invite form is now visible, and it takes the inspiration or inherits your theme's styling. So it just looks like it's part of the website. Pretty cool. But if you want to change the theme and change things around, you can always go into the block settings here. So if you see here, I have the WPForms block selected, and the WordPress right side settings menu, the block settings are appearing. So if I want to show the title here, which is the party invite title, so I can click here and you see the party invite opens up, and I can go here and I have few different color choices that I can make. So I have the classic, I have the default, and some pro version, or if you use WPForms Pro, you will have a lot of different pre-built themes that you can just use in a click of a button. But you still retain control if you want to. So if you scroll down a little below, you can customize the colors still. So if you want, if you don't have the access to WPForms Pro, if you haven't upgraded yet, you can still customize the border and the text color and the menu colors and the background colors using the color menu. And of course, you have other options like font size, border size, border radius, label styles, label colors, and everything else. So basically, you can customize almost everything about how the forms look. So not only does it provide you easy way to customize the form fields, it connects with Constant Contact. You can also just customize the look and feel of it. So if you don't want to change anything, that's completely fine. It enhances the theme styling. All we have to do is just click save. So once it's saved, the form is now embedded on the site. You want us to check it out, right? So I'll just hover over the view post button. I'll open it up in a new tab so we can actually see the form in action, right? So if I scroll down, once the page loads, you'll see the form embedded here. So let's also fill the form to see if Constant Contact actually, or the Constant Contact connection works, right? So I'll fill this form with my information in a second. So I filled out the contact information. Let's submit the information and check it out. So thanks for the RSVP. The form is now filled. So let's check out Constant Contact and see if we can now see a contact entry being made with my name and the dummy email I use in Constant Contact. So inside Constant Contact, I just came into the list section. We now see 1 subscribed, more subscriber added. And if I go into the all contacts option, you should see my dummy email subscribed that I just created from my website. So that's how easy it is to capture emails on your site. Just use Constant Contact, integrated once, create or install WPForms, connect WPForms and your Constant Contact account once, set up how you want to collect the fields, create the form, which is very easy to do, embed it on all the important areas of the website, and people see it, fill the form, and now you start building your email list for absolutely easy, like 15 minutes of work. So the returns are going to be insane. So if you have any questions about Constant Contact or WPForms or how to start capturing more emails on your WordPress website, The comment box is open. If you have new video ideas, place them there in the comments as well. Make sure to like this video, share this video, and also subscribe to our channel, W Beginner. You're watching Yuvraj from W Beginner, and I'll catch you in the next video really, really soon. Take care.